Right. We're in Whitehall right now. This football lads protest is starting in Russell Square and then walking down to Whitehall. There's a counter protester gathering in Whitehall. So I thought I would, because there's a lot of people already covering the actual march itself. So I thought I'd come straight to the area where they're going to end up, and the counter protest is going to be around this area as well. 28th of June 2025. The football lads protest, right, as they've described it, is that they are protesting against the graping gangs. I'm just going to ask the police officers where the counter protest is. You can see over there, look, can you see the stage getting prepared for when the people turn up? Because it's a phone, you might not be able to see. It says, for the children, we must act as one. We must come together on the stage. And it says, we demand action against knife crime, tougher sentences for abusers, stop sexualization of children, stop the grape gangs, basically, is what's on the boards. And people have started up gathering already. Let me go and ask the police where the counter protest is, because I was expecting it to be in... To be honest, I was expecting it to be in Whitehall, so I'm surprised. Let's have a look. Excuse me.
Hello.
Oh yeah. Do you know where the counter protest is stationed? Because I searched on the web to find out where the two areas are, right? Because I know there's conditions in place now. Yes. But right up until 19 hours ago, I was told a little while ago, just today, that they've actually got the two areas outlined in there on the website, on the Met website. Okay. So I didn't see it.
Okay.
See what I mean? So I was just asking, where is... I know obviously this is the football lads area. Yeah. Where's the counter protest area? Do you know?
Just on the other side.
Oh right. So when the guys march, the football lads, are they coming through this way?
They should be.
And then so the two aren't meeting basically.
No. Okay. That's why we've got the big sterile area in the middle, trying to prevent any sort of incident.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't, because I'm not involved. So the sections don't apply to people that are, citizen journalists. Anyway, what I was going to say is, so how do I can just walk straight through there, and see the other side of it?
So you won't be able to walk straight through. You'll have to go around at the moment. I don't know what time they're going to be closing off the barriers. Right.
Okay. So let me just get this straight, because this is why it's important for me to ask these questions. So whoever's here is going to be stationary here, and they're not going to be able to get out.
Yeah.
So what about the general public then?
General public. That's why we're directing people to leave the area at the moment. If general public are here and they're not involved in the march, we're absolutely fine. They're free to leave, but we have to contain everyone in, so we can't be seen to.
So how would they leave then? How would they leave?
Straight back out towards.
Really, all the way around?
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to ask you is, because I don't know if you're going to know this, because obviously, are you a sergeant? No,
I'm just PC.
But I always like to ask anyway, just to make it clear, really, because what I'm finding on protests is that the police are given privilege to pass regulated press, despite Section 17, which is a human right. Do you see what I mean? And every time I go to these protests, I'm having to remind the police about Section 17.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is are the police aware of Section 17? Are they going to give privilege to press again? Do you know what's going to happen here?
I think if they're prescribed press,
I
think it's fine.
But why is that though? Because it's a public area, so it shouldn't be. It shouldn't have privilege.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're obviously free to film it anywhere in a public area, right?
Yeah, but what I mean is, like press,
Sure.
they'll be able to go through the barriers and onto the other side and stuff like that.
I think we're doing that at this point because we are just keeping it as a completely sterile area.
Well, yeah, I hope so, because it's.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I'm actually trying to work against it because it's affecting all citizen journalists, including myself. You see what I mean? It's not fair, really.
Okay.
When people have passes, regulated press,
Yeah.
they go through a whole year,
Yeah.
and so it's a gatekeeper thing.
Yeah.
The police are basically gatekeeping against people like myself who don't want to go through that process. We just want to document. Do you see what I mean?
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I obviously I don't know too much about the,
I know. I'm just.
process.
You know what? It's just good to air it out because obviously it goes on the
I hear what you're saying.
channel. People understand what's going on the channel as well. You see what I mean?
Yeah, no bother.
All right, cool.
Thank you
It looks
very
like I'm going to have a fight then to get through the barriers today. To get on either side.
I mean, I would.
I want to document both sides. I don't want to document just one side. You
No,
see
I
what I
hear
mean?
what you're saying.
Anyway, let me see if I can find a sergeant. Yeah, a sergeant is the top, is it?
So there are inspectors on, but there'll be one inspector per 3 serials.
Right.
So these 3 buses we have up here.
How will I know where the sergeant is?
So sergeant will just have a.
Is that the sergeant?
Yeah, that's one just there.
Excellent. After when he's off the phone, I shall. Nicky, let me get you on, please. Nicky knocking. Because you're thinking, how's he going to act in it? That's what you're thinking.
Stripes for the sergeant or pips for the inspector.
So stripes for the sergeant.
Yeah, so you see it on his shoulder things there. He's got,
Oh
like,
yeah,
stripes there.
yeah. Oh good. Thanks.
Oh,
cool, yeah. Excellent. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Best way to identify.
No, it's quick, isn't it? It's quick and easy.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll see if he comes off, and then I'll ask him. Hi, before you go, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to take up too much of your time,
Yeah, no
Sergeant. Sergeant, yeah? Right, there's an issue. Every
Okay.
time I go to protests,
Yeah.
the police aren't abiding by Section 17.
Right, okay.
And they're giving privilege to regulated press, which is not lawful. Do you see what I
Right.
mean? When you're documenting, citizen journalists documenting protests, etc. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you've got barriers. I've just been told that it's possible that I could end up being stuck in this barrier and not being allowed out. Do you see what I mean? When everybody's here.
Yeah.
And I need to get to both sides so that I can document both sides, i.e.
Yeah.
the protesters on the other side and
Yeah.
the protesters here. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, no,
So
I
I
get
don't
it.
really want to struggle to have to get through the barriers
Yeah.
when I'm not involved in the protest and the Section 12 and Section 14 doesn't apply to me.
Yeah.
How will I overcome that, please?
So what I would say is, depending on obviously where you are, obviously I appreciate you saying you're a citizen journalist.
Yeah, let me just, can I just get just so that people can understand what you're
I
saying?
won't put a mic on that.
All right, no, I'm not saying put it on. No, I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah,
of you.
if you
I
want
just want to put it here so you can.
So in terms of this, that sterile area is a sterile area for everybody. That's
Right.
journalism, members of the public, anybody. The only
You can't see
people-
the other side though of it. You can't
Yeah,
see
no,
the
I
other
appreciate
side.
that, but obviously there's a reason for that around the threat, the risk around this event, because there's been intelligence that if those groups come together, there may be disorder. That's why we've got that sterile area. All
Is there
right.
any way that the regulated press are going to be able to get through and out?
As far as I'm aware, that sterile area, there is nobody other than police officers. That includes regulated press, it includes citizen journalism, it includes anything.
Okay.
I appreciate it is longer. These side barriers around here,
Yeah.
we're not putting absolute cordons in. We're not saying nobody can leave.
Okay.
What we're saying is that
You have to walk around.
you'd have to walk around.
That's fine.
Staying absolutely sterile no matter what.
Okay, that's fine.
Unless we
Yeah.
have like a
As
big
long as there's a way
emergency.
round
Yeah, so
for everybody that's
go up
filming.
and round.
Excellent.
The barriers here are primarily here as vehicle barriers. If other, say for example, members of the group that are protesting the other side
Yeah.
try and come down there,
Yeah.
we would intervene and stop them.
Of course,
and
yeah.
please allow the Section 14
Of course,
as well
yeah.
cover for the conditions
So
of these
do those
as
police
well.
officers know that me as a citizen journalist filming that I'm going to be allowed to go through those barriers?
That should have been briefed out to all of
It
the
should have been,
officers.
okay,
I
good.
obviously only have responsibility for 6 of the officers here. They have been briefed around that.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly ask them, yeah, just
Yeah, no, that's no problem at all. But
so I don't have to fight for it. Do you know what I mean?
understand that. So yeah, in terms of these barriers here, the barriers further up the road, I don't know about the other end. I don't know what the access is like up there, purely because I haven't been up there.
Okay, let me just go and
but
discuss.
My understanding would be that anyone can come in and out as long as they're not part of the counter group, because we don't want to obviously have people clashing.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to quickly speak to somebody. Thank you for taking. I didn't want to take up too much of your time, so I
No
appreciate
worries.
that. Cheers. I've just seen somebody that I know, so I just want to quickly. I think he was just calling me over. He doesn't like being on camera. Don't worry, stay. Tony, I was just discussing it with the police. because we need to see both sides. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And the regulated press.
They're not allowed.
Yeah, I know. That's an absolute cordon.
Well, there, this is going to be the best part.
But no, I've just been told that by the sergeant that it's possible. I'm just going to keep you away from the camera. Yeah. It's possible to go around that way and to come out through that little area there. See at the back there?
Yeah, but you can't see the line. You see the gate, the far gate there.
No, right on the other side. I'm talking because the counter protesters are on the other side.
But
it just means that we've got to walk round. See the building where the statues are? It's not long, it's not a long trip.
No, but I'm saying is I don't think you're allowed there. It's all sterile.
No, you are. Sergeant
there's no one there.
I'm going to go and check. No. I'm talking about right at the top. Look,
you see where them old bill are?
Yeah.
Forward.
That's what I'm talking.
Yeah, not this one group here. The old bill further down. That's where it's sterile. It's sterile from here all the way down past the Senator.
But the counter protesters.
Yeah.
They're just
They're going to be.
Where the gate is.
Well, I don't think so. I think they're going to be beyond the gate. But there's I can't see them allowing them so close. Because the tanner,
I'm just going to go and check out. I always like to know what's going on.
Oh, the ask this lady before you go all the way.
She's not going to know, man. I'm going to ask these police officers. Right. See you in a minute, Tony. You know what? You need to go to the horse's mouth, man. This is what you got to do, right? Just for any citizen journalists out there. This is what you got to do if you want to get what you need on a protest. Because you can. I've got experience of it now, so I know the mayhem or the chaos. So I'm just going to speak to this woman because she's going to be on the barriers, so she'll recognise me. Hello, excuse me. Hiya. I've just spoken to the sergeant.
Yeah.
And the sergeant said that you'd probably been briefed that people that are filming that aren't in either protests, section 12 and 14, don't really apply, do they? Because it would be section 17, yeah? So they said that this isn't an absolute cordon. So I'm just letting you know what I look like, so that when I come up, because I need to go out and then take video documentation of the other protest, so that I can get through without fight. Because every single time I go to a protest, I'm fighting to get through the barriers, explaining that I'm not a part of the protest, section 17, all the rest of it. So I thought, as you're going to be here, aren't you? You'll be able to recognise me, yeah?
So we're going to be changing, it'll be different officers.
I've just spoken to the sergeant and he said that we should be able to get through here if we need to.
You're allowed to walk here and out.
I'm talking about when the actual protest happens, when everybody's here.
That I'm not 100% sure of. If it comes to filming and things like that.
But this is where it starts to get chaotic, do you see what I mean? And we have to fight for our rights.
If you find somebody with the stripes on,
I'm
sure they'll be a lot more briefed about what...
I just did though, I just did. Yeah, I just did.
Okay.
I just want you to recognise me anyway,
That's fine, I'm sure I will.
Alright, cool man. I'm going to go and...
you have a good day though, okay?
Thank you man, Andrew. I'm going to quickly go and round to see the counter-protesters area. You've got the territorial there, look. Is it the territorial? Oh, no, it's the Met. It's the Met. So, in the protest, to get to the other side, I'm going to have to go this way. Because the two sides, apparently there's intelligence or something that the two sides might be. It might not be right. So the football lads are meeting up at 12 p.m. at Russell Square, and then they're going to walk down through the Strand, probably through past Trafalgar Square to Whitehall. I'm assuming that's the route because everything else is blocked off. And then the counter protest is on the other side of that area that you just saw. Yeah, there's the territorial support over there. I think this is New Scotland Yard. Good building. New Scotland Yard, mate. And the statues and shit. The thing is, there's going to be a lot of people, right? Documenting the football lads side, and probably not the other side. So while I'm here, let me just show you this. See if I can get both sides in. I will. I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but if you have, you'll know that I like to get into the nitty gritty. Is that not pretty? There you go. Anyway, let's get and have a look. They closed the gate? No. You see, this is why it's so important to check the area out. Oh, no.
You're alright? You want to go through?
Well, can I explain something? Don't worry, I'm not going to give you the mic. I know you're police officers. I just like it close. Right. I've just spoken to the sergeant, and I explained to him that as a citizen journalist filming, etc., we like to get around both sides. And if they're going to be giving privilege to press, regulated press, then, you know, with Section 17, we deserve that privilege as well. And I've had to fight in so many protests to get my rights seen to, do you know what I mean? So I can get it from either side. So I'm a little bit disturbed that you've closed this gate, because they said to me that I could come all the way, potentially, possibly could come this way and get through that way to the counter protest. So is that going to be closed all
day, yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
all day? So how am I going to get to the counter protest?
You can just walk up and go just literally around 100 metres down past Parliament.
Oh, that's miles away. You're talking about Big Ben, isn't it? Yeah. It's away. To you might be if you fit.
You're halfway there now. You have to go back. That's the same distance.
But that means but when the actual protest
and then you
is
can
happening,
walk all the way along. You can walk all the way along.
There's no
Whitehall.
closures currently in
On Whitehall.
place.
So you can walk all the way along Whitehall.
yeah, but you can't though. You can't. That's the point.
Where they blocked it, because I was under. There's no block in the middle of.
There is a block in the middle. That's where I just came from. I just come from there.
Where did you come from? In the middle here?
Yeah, you just over the other side of here. There's a big block. 'Cause obviously they've got their stage there, but there's also a sterile area, so you can't go through the stage area. You basically have to come all this way. So that's why I was hoping that I can come through here. It'd be easier.
I can think of is if you head back that way and go round, obviously not this junction, the next junction you should be able to get down, even potentially by embankment and walk up and down.
But I wouldn't be able to get to this one though, this protest.
Sadly,
No way.
I haven't seen the stage set up, to be fair, so I don't know what.
Oh, I'm disappointed. All right then. All right, thanks for your help, yeah, guys.
Take care.
And you, man. And you. Have a lovely day, did you say? It's going to be hot. Well, it is hot. Yeah, so the decision is... Oh, it's difficult because, you know... I'll tell you why it's difficult, guys. Because the counter-protest... Right, I'm going. You can stay with me, right? You can stay with me or you can leave. It's up to you. But I need to see both. I need to go around both. So if you want to drop off and come back later, you can come back later. If it's too much, what was that? If it's yeah, if you come back later if you want to, when it's all acting, you know, when the action is happening. But I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna go around. I need to see what's going on, man. You can see how long it is. It's long, man. Oh. way, guys, this is my fourth live. So if you've got any questions or anything like that, I will try my best. But I'm still getting used to looking at the questions or comments or whatever. And concentrating on what I'm doing. Oh, the internet is a joke. What's that about? Alright guys, I'm going to end the live here, right, because I keep hearing something going funny. I'm going to end the live here, right, and I'll come back when there's more going on, yeah? I'm going to end it now and I'll come back in a minute when there's more going on.